Welcome to the Fitness and Finance Podcast with Jeff Smith from The Retirement Smith and Jennifer Scherer from Fredericksburg Fitness Studio. True wealth isn't just about finances. It's about maintaining a healthy body and a secure financial future. The Fitness and Finance Podcast is here to help you build strength in both areas, tackling financial strategies for retirement while also discussing ways to stay active, healthy, and energized. Now let's get started with Fitness and Finance. Oh yeah, welcome to Fitness and Finance Radio. I am your co-host, Tony Shore, and I am here with the one, the only local TV personalities, radio show, talk show hosts, soon to be authors, published authors, fitness gurus, financial gurus, Jeff Smith and Jennifer Scherer. What else can I say about you two besides the fact that I think you're wonderful people? That's not an endorsement of your business, is it? That's just me saying you're friends, and I think everyone should get to know you personally.
Thanks, Tony.
On a personal level. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of jealousy coming from me, though. I do have a lot of what is it? I covet your tans, your ability to tan, skin tone. I have 3 stages: white, burn, and peel. There is no tan because I'm half English, half Irish.
I feel like it's Neapolitan for you, right? It starts out white, then it goes to strawberry.
There's no chocolate. The Neapolitan doesn't it have chocolate in it?
Yeah, that's the brown.
I don't have that.
Well, we spend a significant amount of time on our balcony, which is a lot of sun that gets.
That's good.
Even if it's cold out, the sun's really there, and
that's good for your health to some extent, right, Jennifer? The sun, because vitamin D, you need fresh air and sun. I always feel better after I get some. Now, some people overdo it. I'm not going to name names, Jeff Smith, but sometimes you can overtan. You don't want to, I lived in Southern Cal for a while, you know what I mean? And I would walk down Venice Beach and stuff. And I knew a lot of people who lived in, Newport Beach near where I live. I lived in Costa Mesa, and boy, you'd go down there and you'd see people with the wrinkly, tough rhino skin, that had been out there. And, you're like, oh, cool. But then I learned not so cool. There's a little something called melanoma. So you got to be careful, right?
Yes, you do. For sure.
Yeah.
Yep. We got to pay attention to those things.
But sun is good, right?
Oh, my gosh, yes. I try to get 30 minutes a day if I can.
Mm-hmm.
Get out and enjoy the sunshine, especially right now. Oof.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It couldn't get better. Yeah.
Nice and cool. Warms up to around 80.
Cool, but you're still getting sun. You're still getting vitamin D. You still get a little bit of that color. I love it. I love this time of year. Well, hey, we're going to dig right in. I want to ask you guys first, how are you doing? You're keeping busy, I imagine. Look at you scrambling. You're always doing something.
Always doing something. We road trip to New Jersey to find out more about physical therapy.
Yeah.
And how we can incorporate it into Jennifer's business. And that was an incredible discovery for us. Jennifer's president, Jesse, her uncle, is a 55-year vet of physical therapy in his own business, and he was an incredible wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, very, very nice. I mean, for me, it was seeing it in action coming from somebody that's been doing it their whole adult life. He actually is getting ready to sell his practice to a younger doctor of physical therapy. And we got to meet him as well, the future owner. And it was neat just to see their operation. They live in a very small town, Hamilton. And so their demographic of clients are seniors, and they old school. They have the music to play in the oldies, and the space is definitely welcoming, and you can just feel that, they care about their patients. Genuinely care. And one of the messages that he said to me was like, you have to make sure that your staff is cohesive from the moment that patient walks in the door. They need to feel, welcomed and like they're an individual. And really, that's what we do at Fredericksburg Fitness. It's important to us that everybody feels seen, and we know a little bit about them, coming in the door. I think that really does make the difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's huge to be able to get knowledge and see what other people are doing. You probably gleaned a lot from that for your own, the work you do for your clients and people you work with, right?
Yeah. And the equipment, the talk about like what pieces of equipment are essential was helpful.
Yeah.
Sure. That's awesome. Well, hey, Jeff, you came up with a great title for today's show, and I'm interested to find out what it means. Change your language, change your life.
Yeah. So I think a lot of us, have this internal conversation, and it can be negative, and it can even turn negative towards other people. I feel like, as you speak, you are going to go. And I think that it's pretty well documented that negativity can be a killer. So in fitness and finance in general, attitude is really, really half the battle. Like just being engaged with it positively. I think that helps you overcome some of the most difficult parts of each of those disciplines, right? So understanding that you can start to say, geez, I'm going to do this, I can do this, I will do this, instead of, geez, I don't know if I can do this. All that negativity is another weight on you that needs to come off.
I think most people think self-talk is harmless, and I hear it a lot in the studio. Like, I've always struggled with my weight. I never follow through. I've tried so many many diets or so many different, fitness apps that I can't even count at this point. And so your brain starts collecting this evidence to support that.
Right.
And eventually those statements stop feeling like opinions and they feel like facts. So like, what if instead of asking what's wrong with me, you started asking yourself, what would support me right now? And just changing that language. In fitness and nutrition, the other comment I hear constantly is I have no discipline. You
I've said that. I'm guilty of all these things.
Yeah, you hear that in finance too. I don't have any discipline. I can't do it.
Or I'm addicted to sugar.
Right.
Or I'm addicted to.
That's an identity statement.
Yeah.
Right. So when you start saying I am, that means that you're identifying that way. So so understanding that when you say I am, it better be followed with I am a conqueror. I am able. I am going to. Those things are really
you don't want to almost will your problems into being, or you don't want to sit there and affirm problems. This is just and it can border on excuses, but that it's human nature. You don't want to feel bad about it. It's just human nature to do that. Like, oh man, I just don't have the discipline, or I don't. I am so addicted to sugar. It's like, I have a sweet tooth. I hear that all the time. It's just, why not, instead of saying that, catch yourself and say, I have a desire to stop eating as much sugar as I normally have in the past, as I have in the past. I have a desire to change my habits. It's a habit that can be changed. It's not. People are like, they say that like it's part of your DNA, like it's going to be impossible to change.
Right, exactly. Or they'll say, I'm trying to eat better. Instead of like,
I'm going to
eat better. Or, my next choice still matters. Maybe I didn't eat in alignment with my goals this meal, but my next choice still matters. Or, I hear I have to go work out. I have to, right? What about you have a body that you get to go, move and build strength?
Right.
Those words can create completely different actions.
I mean, and even bills, right? You get to pay your bills. You get to, and that's a positive thing. It doesn't, yes, we can laugh and joke, but the fact that you make enough money to pay your bills is a wonderful thing, and it should be celebrated, not a negative, right?
This is part of my budget, no problem.
Right, got it.
I don't need to get a bill and go, I gotta pay. Oh, I'm paying. I have bills. I have bills. I have bills. Right. I have a house payment. I have a home to live.
You have a beautiful home.
I have a car I get to drive.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
These are all things that are
and it's not just we're not just talking about the whole Joel Osteen, just the power of positive thinking. It's more than that. It is mindset does matter.
It does.
And that's what you're really saying here. words matter. And if you change your language, that'll help change your life.
Yeah, I'll give you an example from my life, right? So I was at one point 300 pounds, right? And, I was always self-deprecating. I was always like, making the joke about myself before someone else could, and it was self-preservation or whatever you want to call it. But it was something that, it changed. There's some things that changed in me. When I started riding a bike, I didn't become I was just riding a bike until I became a cyclist. When I started saying, hey, in my mind, I am a cyclist, whether or not I'm 280 pounds, 250 pounds or 180 pounds, I'm a cyclist. And when I started having that language, I started to become that. And so sometimes you have to say stuff that isn't the way it is right now to get to that point. And, millionaires don't say, geez, I only have a couple $100, they say I'm a millionaire, and in your mind you already are. You walk that out. And yes, I think the kids call that manifesting. I'm not saying it's like that. That's kind of a weird take on things, but I think there
is something to it. I mean, I kind of tease Joel Osteen. There is I'm not necessarily a huge fan. Some people love him, and these power of positive thinking. What's that other that really popular from the 90s positive thinking guy, motivational speaker?
Oh, Tony Robbins.
Yes. So Tony Robbins and Joel Osteen are the kings of manifest destiny. If you think it, you can become it. If you think positive, you'll have a better life. But it is those aspects. There's nothing wrong necessarily with those aspects. But
you want to be a realist, right? You have
to live in reality. Some people take it too far, and it causes some problems. But when it comes to things like fitness and finance, oh man, you're so right. If you change your language, it can change your life. It is so true.
You can become you will become whatever it is that you think you are, right? I mean, I think that those are the things that, what is that phrase? If you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you're right. I mean, I think that that's the bottom line. And, I went through this phase, where I, had to forcibly make my body commit to what it was that I wanted to do. Right. So you have to really be in a positive state of mind in order to overcome all of the negativity that tells you that it's not going to happen, or you're not going to do it, or give up, right? You hear that, especially in fitness, or even in finances, like when you have a budget, you're getting all this external pressure to buy something, buy something, right? And when you're able to look in the face of it and say, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I am more important than this sales ad. I'm going to walk through this, and I'm going to be a better person on the other side of it. It doesn't mean you're a bad person if you buy something. It just means that you're going to be able to overcome difficult things. And when you start to put together, wins over difficult things, it really starts to cascade in a positive way, right?
That's awesome. You see that with what you do, Jennifer?
Oh my gosh. I do. I think, with fitness, it's at times I feel that there's this point where the client feels an exercise is completely impossible. Like they're never going to be able to do this specific exercise. And that's the fun part as a trainer. You get to break it down in a way that you can visually see their progress.
Time out.
Yeah.
Just so our listeners know, Jennifer makes people do things that they really shouldn't be able to do. It is really true. Like she made me do stuff that I was like, there ain't no way I'm doing this.
I remember
so it's not just anybody. Like Jennifer will put you in positions that you think you can't do it, and then she shows you that you can. And it's such a gift that she has to help build that confidence.
Why I fear her. No,
well, just get ready for Monday, Tony.
I know. I'll be there in a week.
Yeah, you're
keep
fine.
going, but I just want people to know, like, when she speaks about this stuff, it's because she puts everyone in it. You are going to deal with something difficult if you work out with Jennifer.
Well, I love presenting an exercise. right? Looking at the response of the client and seeing self-doubt and then working through that with them.
Sure.
That is one of my favorite things to do because they are literally self-talk. I can see it. They don't even have to tell me what they're telling themselves because I can see it all over their face. There's no way I'm going to do that. There's no way I can do that. That's impossible. And I smile and I say, I know what you're thinking, but you can, and I'm going to show you.
Sure.
And that journey through realizing their potential is what keeps me in this industry. I love that. You know, it's even somebody being able to step off of a curb, right? I mean, it could be as simple as that.
Wow.
But you have to speak truth in a way that creates possibility. So instead of saying, you know, this is impossible, how about this is hard and I'm learning and I'm willing to go through this, right? That's a whole different outlook. And I think that's the same thing in life and in anything. Instead of I failed at this or that, well, that strategy didn't work. Let's go to plan B.
Right.
I'm always having that.
Yeah. I mean,
you know,
success is filled with what most people would call failures, right? I mean, I think if you're on your way to success and you don't fail, something's not right there. Something's not right. And I think people that are able to overcome those difficulties and learn from those things that we would mostly perceive as failure, you know, it's such an, I mean, that's the oldest, you know, kind of phrase.
But it's so true. You talk to anybody who's successful, they went through so many failures to get where they're at. I mean, on the finance side, you've got Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, one of the wealthiest people in the world, but also one of the most generous and level-headed people in the world. Not like some of the crazy billionaires we see today who flaunt it, but drives the same car, buys used vehicles, crazy. He's got billions. But the thing is he talks about how he failed at this, failed at that, failed at this, failed at that. And it is the key is to learn from them and be positive. Hey, that failure was good for me because I learned this and it helped me get where I'm at. So you even have to be positive about your failures. That's tough in the moment, you know, easier said than done, right? You know, time lets us do that, but you got to try to stay positive, try to learn, right?
Yeah, always learn.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it starts with your language. I think that's a starting point, and I think people bypass that. They try to jump ahead of that. They get the cart before the horse. They're like, oh, I've got to stop with the negative language. I've got to stop with that mindset. And your mind, we're talking about a mindset, but it's really that mindset comes out.
Yeah. Well, I think even sarcasm
through the mouth.
Sarcasm is super funny. I love sarcasm, but it can start there and it can start as a joke, but people really believe it. You know what I mean? When you have that sarcasm, because I've been very, very sarcastic in my life. And,
Jeff.
but those are some things.
I'm never sarcastic.
Never.
Oh, wait, I was being sarcastic.
Literally.
That's sarcasm.
Yeah. But I think that's something that I had to really learn how to curb because, again, it was self-deprecating. It was funny. It meant to be funny, but it was really hurtful to me. And so I think a lot of people, you have to start really caring about how you perceived inside and less about what people think about you outside. You know, I think if you are, you know, if you're worried about critics, you have to ask yourself, would I go to that person for advice? And if you're not going to be willing to go to that person for advice, don't listen to the criticism. Don't do it.
Wow. Now we're talking about, it seems this is hitting a little too close to home for me. I'm starting to feel some conviction. So we're going to have to wrap up the show.
Yes.
It's like the sarcasm, using it as a defense mechanism, humor. Gonna have to wrap things up.
Well, and you know,
if I start feeling convicted,
it's over.
We're out.
Sunday's continuing on here.
Yeah, exactly.
I think one of the, you know, questions to ask yourself in those situations, even with whether it's sarcasm or not, would you say that to someone that you love, or would you say that to someone that you care about?
That's a great thing.
Would you say it? You know, would I say it to my mom?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Yeah, and just pay attention. You will become what you say a lot of time.
Sure.
So challenge yourself for the next week and just pay attention to the phrases that are coming out of your mouth.
Well, that also means that it is a good reminder. You're powerful. You're super powerful. Whoever you are, and you speak, things happen. And understand the weight of that. Understand the value of that.
You become what you say you 100%. Are. And I love that, Jennifer, that you just pointed that out.
Yeah.
And so possibly within a couple of weeks, people are going to tune into the show, and where I sit, they're just going to see a big slice of pizza. Because I joke about it so much.
Well, that's
kind of like the old "you are what you eat" thing, right? Jennifer, have you ever said that? Talking about fitness advice, have you ever used that coined that?
You are what you eat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've definitely used that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza.
Yeah, it's an oldie but a goodie. Wouldn't that be funny if somebody turned in and I wear one of those giant slices of pizza costumes where I'm just funny. A giant.
Well, wasn't that
Jennifer told me I am what I eat. She spoke it into being.
Wasn't it Pizza the Hut? Wasn't it that?
Yeah, Pizza the Hut in Spaceballs. Is that the one?
Yes, Spaceballs.
Anyway, but this is really good. We joke sometimes on the show, but it is serious, and I think it is good to be serious and watch your language.
Yes.
You know, especially in our everyday lives, you got to watch it. It's one thing to joke around once in a while like we do on the show, but we get serious, and you guys keep me on track. I love that. Awesome. And I try to lighten the load sometimes, you know that.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
Well, looking forward to seeing you on Monday.
Yes.
Tony, and
bring your grip socks.
Oh my gosh.
Grip socks.
Yes.
Okay. I usually cancel any trip that requires grip socks. I wonder if I could still get a refund of the flight.
Trampoline socks.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Nope. No trampoline for this guy. All right. Well, hey, you know what? I'm bringing a gift when I come there. I'm bringing a gift for Jeff.
Oh,
shirt sleeves.
Nice.
Sleeves.
Just the sleeves. Jennifer, do you know how to sew? Jeff, do you know how to sew? Either one of you? Because do you have a sewing machine we can attach? Just give me have all Jeff's shirts, and then I'll sit there and sew sleeves on.
Wow, Tony knows how to sew. That's pretty cool.
No, I don't, but I'll learn for Jeff just to cover those.
Well,
shoulders.
You know, cycling, I have just sleeves that I can put on.
Oh yeah, just the sleeves.
Yeah, I do have
the fake tat sleeves you've seen people wear.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, you guys have a great one, listeners and viewers. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you change your language, you can change your life. Jeff and Jen, great show today. Really positive, and change that mindset. I love that. It's a good message for folks out there, for all of us, for myself included. Now, before we go, let our listeners know, I got to change it on I thought I had an updated, banner for our video for those watching the video. And I think I do, but it's fitnessandfinancepro.com.
Fitnessfinancepro.com.
No and in there. Fitnessfinancepro.com. Even easier. Fitnessfinancepro.com is where you can go to set up a consultation for either Jeff or Jen, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, great show today, listeners and viewers. Thanks for tuning in. That does it for today's episode of Fitness and Finance Radio with our hosts, Jeff Smith and Jennifer Scherer.